Welcome to the 5-Point Streetscape and Safety Study March 2025 presentation. This is the third and final public meeting as part of a study that will advance safety and streetscape improvements for the 5 Points intersection. This 10-minute video will provide an update on the project recommendations. At tonight's public meeting, the project team will provide background about the study, a recap of the study since the last public meeting, an overview of recent traffic safety improvements installed at 5 Points, an opportunity to review the project recommendations and final report, and multiple opportunities to engage with the project team and ask questions. Tonight's meeting will be an open house style meeting where we ask participants to walk through 4 different stations to view the project recommendations. We chose this approach to maximize the opportunity for residents to interact with the project team. The City of Raleigh initiated the 5-Point Streetscaping and Safety Study in April 2022 to address 3 specific concerns at the intersection of Glenwood Avenue, Whitaker Mill Road, and Fairview Road. Safety of the 5 Points intersection, improved streetscape in the immediate 5 Points area, and connecting 5 Points to the Crabtree Creek Greenway Trail. To initiate the study process, the City held a listening session in April 2022 to introduce the project and document public concerns about transportation and safety in the 5 Points area. The City also developed a project website and sent out an online survey to support public engagement and maximize feedback. The project has included an additional 2 rounds of public engagement, the first held in October 2022 and the second held in May 2023. Both public engagement touchpoints consisted of online engagement, small group meetings with local schools, business owners, and residents, pop-up events, and a public open house. Glenwood Avenue through 5 Points is owned and maintained by NCDOT. The team has met with NCDOT repeatedly to understand their concerns and collect their feedback on the concepts for 5 Points as the project has progressed. At the first public meeting, the project team presented a series of 9 concepts for improving the 5 Points intersection. These concepts included minor traffic signal timing and geometric changes, closing or reconfiguring intersection legs, as well as roundabouts. After collecting public feedback on these initial concepts, the project team narrowed the number of concepts to 3. The remaining concepts, which included Concept A, signal phasing and geometric improvements, Concept G, single-lane roundabout, and Concept I, hybrid single/multi-lane roundabout, were presented at the second public meeting. Concept A and G received the most positive feedback from the public. After the second public meeting, the City of Raleigh worked with NCDOT to implement traffic signal adjustments and crosswalk improvements at the 5 Points intersection. The project team then identified a series of additional low-cost improvements that could be implemented in the near term and shared these with the City and NCDOT last year. These recommendations include improvements to striping and curb lines at the intersection that are intended to slow traffic down and reduce the footprint of the intersection. NCDOT provided support for these improvements. Earlier this year, City staff and the project team presented the recommendations to the 5 Point Citizens Advisory Council and had the opportunity to answer questions at their January virtual meeting. The project team completed the draft final report, which is posted on the project website and is available to view at tonight's meeting. The City of Raleigh Vision Zero team has recognized the need to provide immediate improvements to the 5 Points intersection due to the urgency of addressing multimodal safety. In 2022, in conjunction with the start of the 5 Points Streetscape and Safety Study, the City adjusted traffic signal heads at the intersection, installed flashing curve warning signage, and installed speed feedback signs to help calm traffic. Since these devices were installed, there has been a significant reduction in runoff road crashes at the intersection, and no fatalities or serious injuries have occurred. More recently, additional signal timing and phasing adjustments were made at the 5 Points intersection, including adding leading pedestrian walk intervals at all crosswalks, extending the flashing do not walk time for crosswalks, and providing a leading green arrow for the westbound left turn signal from Whitaker Mill Road onto Glenwood Avenue southbound. These changes have been received positively by the public. Additionally, the city has upgraded street lighting at the existing utility pole at Glenwood Avenue and White Oak Road. In light of the recent improvements in safety performance of the 5 Points intersection since the study was initiated, the project team has favored near-term, low-cost improvements selected from the remaining intersection improvement concepts as a method to continue to address speeding and multimodal safety at 5 Points with immediate impact. These improvements will build upon recent traffic signal modifications at the intersection. While the single-lane roundabout concept was received positively by the public, this type of major improvement is currently unfunded. The remaining recommendations from the 5 Point Streetscape and Safety Study will provide the foundation for future improvements pending City Council approval of funding. Additional sidewalk and neighborhood bikeway connections presented at the Spring 2023 public meeting were generally supported by the public and city staff, and will also be moved forward subject to available funding. The following improvements for the 5 Points intersection are scheduled to be implemented later this year. The exclusive right turn only lane on eastbound Fairview Road will be removed in favor of additional Angle Street parking. Pavement striping will be added to the Fairview Road and Whitaker Mill Road approaches to extend curb lines and reduce crosswalk distances. Additional striping will be added to the median of Glenwood Avenue, and travel lane widths will be reduced to create visual narrowing of the road. The table displayed here provides a comparison of the near-term improvements with the 3 concepts presented at the May 2023 public meeting. The recommended changes are expected to provide additional traffic calming and safety enhancements to the intersection, with a relatively low construction cost. While these improvements are anticipated to generally reduce traffic speeds and improve walking and bicycling conditions at the 5 Points intersection, they will not address extreme speeding through the intersection or eliminate conflicts between left-turning vehicles and crosswalks. More substantial improvements are needed to address these issues. The City of Raleigh and NCDOT will continue to monitor the safety performance of the 5 Points area and explore further adjustments as necessary. The 5 Point Streetscape and Safety Study will conclude after tonight's public meeting. In the future, the study will provide a foundation for additional, longer-term improvements to address multimodal safety at the intersection, but these improvements will be subject to funding availability and NCDOT approval. As you leave the area where you are watching this presentation, you will be invited to move through the next 3 stations at this open house and interact with project staff. Station 2 will provide an opportunity to review the project final report. Station 3 presents renderings of the recommended near-term improvements for the 5 Points intersection and the surrounding area, and Station 4 will be a place for you to follow up with any questions for our team. If you arrived in the middle of this presentation, don't worry. We will restart the presentation momentarily so that you can hear the full presentation.